Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to take a look in more string functions such as contain, start with, ends with, or like in string locate, and reg expression like. Okay, so let's take a look. Here is our sample data. You can see that I have a customer name, then I have address of a customer, then I have email of a customer, and then I have a status of a customer. So we have few records like that, and here are my columns, and column names are customer name, address, email, and status. Here we are creating a data frame called the df data frame right there, and we are using spark.create data frame function here. Here we will provide the sample data, and then here we are providing the name of our columns. Now once our data frame is created, we can execute this part and take a look, and it's going to show us our data frame. So here it is, and we can see that we have customer name, address, email, and status. Now we are going to experiment with some of the string functions such as contains. So contains check if a column contains a specific substring. Now in this case, the syntax will be like you will say contains and then put the substring that you want to check. Now we are doing filter here. We want to filter our records for our data frame df. So I say df dot filter, and then I'm saying on column, that is address column, and then I'm using contains function here, and I'm checking for any town. So if my address column contains a substring called any town, that's where it is going to return us those records. So we go ahead and execute this one, and I'm going to get a couple of records because I know that I have some of the values in the address called any town. See right there. So you see that's how our contain will work. So we can check for specific substring in any of the column that you would like. Maybe I would like to check for example or data or anything that I want to check in any of the columns. So I can use the contains function here. Now let's take a look on starts with and ends with. Check if a column starts or ends with a given substring, and syntax is very clear. You have a starts with and the prefix, you will put that there, or ends with and you will put a suffix there. So here we are doing filtering, and we are saying df data frame dot filter, and I'm checking for column called email, and I'm saying that if it is starting with a, and show me all those records. So if I go ahead and execute, what we are going to see, we are going to see all those records in which email column starts with value a. So here it is, and we can see that it is starting with the a right there. Now we can do the same thing for ends with, and we are checking if my email ends with org. So we can filtering our data frame results and checking on column email and ends with .org, and then show is going to show us the result of our data frame. And here we can see that now we are getting all those records which are ending in the email with the text called org. So you can see right there are two records right there. Now we can go ahead and take a look on the like operator. So it works like a SQL operator, where we have like operator in SQL as well. A pattern matches using a SQL style wildcard. So we can use a percentage, or we can use underscore. So if you are matching only with the one character, you will be using probably underscore, and if you are matching more records, more characters, then you will be using a percentage. So here it is, and you say df dot filter and the column customer name, and then you say like, and then put the pattern that you would like to search for. So here I am saying that anything before an. So I want all the records from the customer that ends with an. So it can be starting with anything because I have put percentage here, and that's what it is going to do. Now if I execute this, let's go ahead and execute, and it is going to give us all the records from the customer name column which ends with the an. So you can see that Amir Khan is the only record that qualifies for this pattern. Or if you want to check something like that, hey, if my name has is in it, so you can do that as well. So here I'm gonna go ahead and just say is, and then percentage sign on the both sides. So in this case, what's going to happen, it's not going to care about left or right as long as it finds is in that name. So here it is, and you can see that it returns us Lisa. Now we are going to go and take a look on some other functions, and here is rlike, reg expression like, and these two functions they match string using regular expressions, and they are rlike and regular expressions you will put there, or regular expressions underscore like, and you will use column and then use the pattern here. So now in this case what I'm checking if my column address contain 5-digit zip code. So that's what I'm looking for. So if you see right there, I have this address here, and you can see right there my address has 5-digit zip codes. So that's what I'm looking for. So I want to extract those values or to check for those values. Now here is my syntax. So I'm saying df.filter, and then I'm saying that column address or like, and then I'm saying backslash. That means check for the digits, and then 5. That means any 5 numbers. So between that can be between 0 and 9, any number, and then I'm showing those results. So let me execute that one, and what's going to happen is going to show me all those records which has 5 zip codes. So you see right there, I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 records. Okay, let's make a small change, and here let's say if I will go ahead and instead of 5, now I have this 4. Now if I execute this, what's going to happen, I'm going to show you the results. And let me take you down all the way here, and see right there, now we don't have 5 records. Now we have actually we don't have 6 records, we have 5 records, and the first record, because we have changed the zip from 5-digit to 4, and that's not showing up in this output, and you can see that record right there. Okay, that's the Anytown one. So we have changed for the 4 zip. So with these expressions you can change whatever you like to see. In this case I showed you how to get the digit. So it is a digit, and then I'm checking like, hey, guess what, 5 digits. Now we can also apply on this other, such as let's say if we say regular expressions like, and check on the column email, and I'm filtering for this data frame results, and on for which column, email, and I'm applying regular expression like, and saying then I'm putting for this string value. So I'm saying at the rate m, and then in parentheses I'm saying m and d. That means M or D. So anything start with, so it has to be like anything email domain that start with M or D. That's what I'm checking for. So I'm going to go ahead and execute and show you the results, and then it will make more sense probably, because you're going to see this in visual. So see right there at the rate, then you have M, and here you have at the rate D right there. Okay, so that's how you will write your expressions and filter the records according to your needs. Now we are going to take a look in the inString function that returns the position of the first occurrence of the substring, and the syntax for that is you have inString function, and then you provide the column name, and then you provide the substring, and here we have a data frame, the original one, and then I'm saying select email, then I'm checking inString column email, and then here I'm saying at the rate, and then I'm alias this new column as add position, and then I say show. So I'm going to see the results for my email, and also see the position of that at the rate sign in that email. So here it is, the email you can see right there, amir@example.com, and Amir has 5 characters, and this is 6th one. So you see the position right there. Then we have Bob Smith, and that's on this at the rate is it on the 10th position in this string. So you can get this position, and from there maybe you would like to start this and only get this part of it, or do something about it. So there are a lot of possibilities according to your need that you will be using this function. Now let's take a look on the last function called locate. It returns the position of a substring optionally from a starting position, and syntax is very simple: locate substring, then a string, and position. So here we are going to select some data and take a look. I have a data frame df select, then I want to select column email from the data frame df, and then I said locate. I'm looking for the character at the rate sign, and then in which column? In the email column, and then I'm checking from position 8. So anything from 8 or after 8, we are gonna get that value if we have the at the rate sign after at that. Otherwise we are gonna get 0 values. or a zero position for that, and we say alias at from 8. So let me execute and then show you, that will make more sense. Okay, here's my output, and you can see that Amir has 5 characters and the rate sign is at 6th position. So that's why it is shown as 0. Now if you take a look on the Bob, that is on the 10th position, and we are able to see the 10 position. Now here it is showing you 0 again, because this is happening at 6th position, and here it is happening on the 8th position. That's why you are seeing the number 8 here, and again for this one is true as well, and here this is happening at 5th position, that's why you are seeing 0. So if we want to see, like, hey, guess what, now if we change to the 5, then we are going to see the position for all of them. So you can see in this case you can look for the some string and then also provide the starting point. Sometimes you have very long these columns, and you don't want to be like, hey, you know that first 100 characters, I don't want to even check on those, and then after that you're looking for some characters, and this is very good function to help you out with that. So now you can see that when I provide 5 here, now it is telling me, hey, guess what, at the rate is happening at 6th position, and at the rate is happening at 6th position, so, and 10 and all that. So you can use this function to locate on starting from specific position. I thank you very much for watching this video. I will put this code in description and you can use from there. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.